Allow yourself to fall asleep tonight with a sleep story for adults and guided meditation. There is a forest of aged white pines adorned with doll-like fairies that exists in Lilydale, a hamlet along the Cassadaga Lake in New York. This special place is said to be enchanted. The historic community of Lilydale has welcomed those interested in spiritualism and connecting with something deeper and beyond. And after a day in this healing town, you may find respite in a sprawling Victorian home as the magical phenomena of Thundersnow occurs. This glorious adventure shall lead you to a deep sleep. Welcome to Michelle's Sanctuary. You are listening to the Enchanted Forest of Lilydale. In this journey, you may allow yourself to go into a deep trance state of relaxation, where you are able to connect with your inner voice. As this is to your own design and liking, you may choose how deep you go and what memories and sensations you choose to connect to in this time that is especially for you. You deserve a time for self-care, self-love, introspection, and even a touch of fun in this mental vacation before you cross over into your dreaming life that may welcome you with a night of healing and restorative sleep. It is your birthright to take this time for deep rest, and you may now appreciate the bed beneath you and the fact that you have made it through another day. And as you are listening, you may think of my voice as that of a dear and trusted friend who is here to help you get on the path you desire and so rightfully deserve. So with that, find a safe and comfortable place to get cozy without distraction or interruption, and where you may just let go. Just be your authentic self and true to who you are this very moment, loving and accepting yourself, because you have not only made it through another day, but you have also soared through your life with its wave of constant change and transition. And if there are things you wish to change, you know that you may. Nothing will last forever, and you may direct your intentions starting now as you transport yourself to the magical community of Lilydale. And at any point in the story, you may choose to let go of my voice and welcome sleep sooner if that is what you need and most desire. Because this entire experience is meant to be cultivated by your own desires and needs right now. Letting all your tension go as you take in a deep breath and then just sigh it out, letting it go, audibly if you like. Again, a deep, big inhale, like a perfect wave for surfing, reaching the peak of your lungs' capacity, and just sighing it out. taking a ride on that majestic wave towards peace and release. And on the back of your heavy eyelids that press upon your very tired eyes, shutting out noise and the outside world as if blackout curtains on your windows. You may use this space as a movie screen. And in this black space, you may visualize that you are driving a car. It is a car that suits your own personal preference and taste. And as you are in the driver's seat, you feel in control and at ease. It is hours before dawn, and you enjoy the quietude of the highway that slithers and winds through lush forest, over bridges that cover tiny streams beneath the deep blue-black velvet sky above. You have journeyed at this time so you may fully enjoy the experience of Lilydale. As a new day rises, and you have the entire day ahead to commune with nature. A dew forms on the emerald green grass of the shoulder as the pavement rolls beneath your tires, and you easily accelerate and continue on a highway, knowing you are getting closer. The horizon now becoming a gradient of dark and lighter blues as dawn approaches, and you crack the window a bit so you may take in the cool, intoxicating perfume of damp grass and pine and wet, fertile earth. The gentle hum of the car is trance-inducing and reminds you of childhood trips where adventure awaited, and you felt so hypnotized by the watercolor blear of verdant trees and mile markers as the car sped onwards, passing by towns that held the stories of many souls. And just like the sleepy highway at this hour, Lilydale will offer an equally sleepy environment in this off-season. And you look forward to the solitude and time for self-reflection. As you wind around the edge of Cassadaga Lake, the road turns into Main Street, and you slow down, noticing the dark homes that populate the street, as most of the townspeople are still asleep, but for the occasional lamp in a window that is turned on for those early risers. The smell of wood stoves burning marries the damp air as a foggy mist moves in slowly, further illuminated by the headlights of your vehicle. You take in a deep breath and just sigh out all the tension of the travel and all that you may wish to escape on this getaway. You are quite close and recall the advice of an old lady in Buffalo who gave you directions to Lilydale. Before taking this journey, you decided no technology would be welcome and sought directions the old-fashioned way by inquiring advice from an old-timer and then relying on your instincts and memory. You come upon a turn and take a right, leading you towards the opening gates of Lilydale. During the high season, someone would be guarding the entryway, but for now the gates remain opened, and you pull in where you are greeted by the iconic statue of a fairy tending to squirrels. You turn towards a parking section and park your car before stepping out of the vehicle when you go to the trunk to grab your backpack, which has been lightly packed for an overnight trip. In a side pocket is a thermos, which you remove and hold in your hand as you hoist the shoulder straps around you before closing the trunk. The sound echoes through the otherwise quiet village, with merely a symphony of crickets and frogs that play on into the morning approach. You set out towards the woods, where those of the community have adorned trees with fairies and miniature storybook homes and colorful sculptures and pieces of art. You feel the damp earth beneath your feet, giving like molds with the occasional imprint of each step you take. An occasional leaf and twig crunches beneath your feet as you find yourself comfortably embraced by the old white pines of the forest. As the sun begins to crest and rays of light create prisms with the morning dew that covers the leaves and forest floor. And something about this light, golden and warm, is like an elixir of kindness that fills the rich forest with a feeling of safety and harmony. You feel an inner peace and wisdom and deep trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now. That whatever has played out in your life thus far, welcome or unwelcome, has led you to this place, and you maintain gratitude for being here, which means you also are able to find acceptance for all that has come before. Because if one moment in the span of your lifetime had played out in any other way, you would not be here. And you very much enjoy being here. Among the ornate fairies, adorned in tulle and sequins, are also reflecting back prisms and pops of color amongst the canvas of vibrant greens and earth-toned browns. So sparkly and new is this day, as is every day, giving you the chance to begin again and to start with a clean slate. You watch as a brown bunny hops across the trail as you open your thermos and drink your favorite warm beverage that is much appreciated on this brisk morning. The sun rises higher, filtering through the branches of trees and casting shadows upon the ground and your face like dark lace doilies. You have this sense of ease and relaxation in your lungs, as if the weight of an elephant's hoof has been removed from your sternum. You feel as if you are even floating and drifting through the misty air of this enchanted forest. The air so fresh and purifying. You can feel yourself being cleansed with each breath, as all of your chakras, your centers of energy in your body, are activated in a warm and tingling manner. Your spine is like a string of taut pearls that is in perfect alignment, and your whole body in turn feels this alignment and balance. You feel deeply in touch with the part of you that has always been there. The consciousness and awareness that has always been you. The observer inside that is here to direct the life story that is your story to live, to breathe, and to tell. And you identify with the uniqueness that is you. Right now, at peace and alive. Inhaling and exhaling, as each breath is a meditation and a solid reminder that you are still here. It is never too late, so long as you have each breath to create, to dream, to laugh, to thrive. And you are not merely someone who survives. You are here to thrive. Much like the tall white pine trees that surround you like a wall of protection. They have weathered many a harsh winter. They have weathered the advent of human technology and carry such history in their roots, their trunks, and branches. And you look to carry your own history with as much dignity and detachment, weathering every storm of your life that may have appeared without your own design. But you are able to be flexible and strong by being adaptable and by letting go of what no longer serves you. You may come out ahead. And as it is approaching midday, you come upon Inspiration Stump, the gathering place where twice a day mediums convene and channel those no longer in the physical realm. But today, the park benches remain vacant, and you come upon the wide stump covered with moss as stairs lead to its top. You choose to sit on the forest floor, connecting to the earth below as you close your eyes and feel grounded and connected. And in this space for meditation and communing with nature, you start to hear a gentle whisper. Perhaps it is the voice of a loved one who is no longer in the physical realm. Perhaps it is your inner self. Or perhaps it is a past, or perhaps it is a past or future version of you. Letting yourself go deeper as a gentle breeze creates a wave of goosebumps on your exposed skin, and your scalp begins to tingle. You go deeper and deeper within and take in this guidance, this gentle whisper that finds you, and you just listen. Whatever it is you have been wondering or seeking, the roadmap has been within you all along. And right now, you are finding the revelation is here. You are connected to your sixth sense, and the physical manifestation that it presents in your body. And feeling this right now, you are released from all judgment and criticisms. You are an alive being, connected to your own life force, and feeling that all your worries and concerns are no longer worthy of your attention. But this peaceful bliss and faith that was with you the moment you breathed your first breath of air as a baby, when you had no other option but to trust. You feel in the midst of this tranquil, enchanted forest that your only option is to trust. Inhaling and exhaling, deep trust, understanding, peace. You open your eyes and realize much time has passed, although it only felt like mere seconds. You are hungry and decide to venture towards the beach, where you may enjoy your bagged lunch and take in the lapping waves of the Cassadaga Lake. You stand and walk back through the forest until you approach a street and walk through the heart of town, letting your intuition guide you. You smell the mineral aroma of the lake and allow this fragrance to lead you until you make it to the water's edge. The town, though sparsely populated this time of year, is beginning to awaken, and you pass a woman walking her friendly dog. The pup's mouth opens in a smile when she meets your gaze, and you bend down to pet her and feel the same connection to this dog as you do to nature and the life around you in the heart of the forest. Continuing on as you come upon the shore, you walk the wrap-around beach. Today you are the sole visitor, and you find a wooden bench upon which you sit, running your hand along the weathered, splintered wood of the fixture, and carved within the seat is the phrase, "Choose love." And you realize you are doing just that, starting with self-love, nourishing your soul on this getaway. You remove a sandwich from your backpack and begin to satiate your hunger, watching the ripples of blue-gray water that come upon the shore. Enchanting, taken by the flow of the water, and watching as reeds of tall grass give to each ripple, and knowing that you too are most content when you go with the flow and surrender to the bigness of your life, because your life is so much bigger and greater than what you try to control each day. When plugged into the greater good beyond you, to the limitless potential and energy of the universe, you are able to go with the flow. And in this moment, having finished your lunch and feeling a fullness, you look to the sky that is met with a silhouette of trees across the lake and homes that line the waterfront. Large clouds have moved in, and it looks like a storm may come. How much you look forward to the sound of rain falling. With some time to spare before it begins, you walk out onto the dock and bend down, allowing your finger to dance across the top of the lake. You watch the ripples that form from your movement, seeing how even the slightest motion from you has implications and consequences that affect all around you. And you remember this, taking into account the energy you put out, knowing how connected you are to all around you and the impact that you have. You look out upon the lake one last time as it is becoming darker underneath the smoky plum clouds overhead. The sun is nearing sunset as a breeze picks up and brings a slight chill. You hug your arms around you and rub them, enjoying the gentle massage and tactile sensation as you warm yourself. You yawn as a tiredness comes over you, and know it is past check-in time as you head to your historic accommodations for the night. You leave the dock and walk across the wet, amber-brown, coarse sand towards the grassy edge of the beach and continue on to the street. From memory, you recall the pattern you must take through the small hamlet streets as you walk by 19th century Victorian homes that have been restored and maintained in rich, deep colors of turquoise and purple, in beige and grays, and deep nautical blues, with pastels meeting richly saturated trim and shutters. It feels as though you are in a candy-colored storybook. The homes are close to one another, like strands of a braid. They seem to give the impression of a tightly knit community, and you feel so very welcome as you cross past a local who is tending to his garden and gestures to the storm clouds in a knowing anticipation. You smile and nod in agreement. A drop or two of rain begins to fall as another warning of what is to come. The wind blows and a weather vane spins in the perfectly manicured lawn of the property where you are staying. The sign before it reads vacancy, and you walk upon the slate-stoned pathway to the cream-colored stairs that lead to a wraparound porch with thick, hand-carved wooden rails. Atop the stairs on each side is a fairy sculpture to meet you. One fairy is hugging the carving of a heart, while the other is in flight, with a cherub-like face full of glee. You cannot suppress the smile that forms on your lips as you look at the statue, for you have encountered the same childlike wonder and glee today. A brisk wind cuts through the air, and the temperature changes so radically and suddenly that the raindrops become snowflakes, first small and slight flurries, then growing like larger white crystals. Lightning dashes across the Cassadaga Lake and illuminates the sky. This intense weather front is magical to watch unfold, but with a shiver, you are ready to go indoors. You approach the welcome mat and grasp the engraved brass knob that has an ornate pattern of the tree of life. It feels empowering to grip the cool antique knob as you open the door and a waft of warm air hits your nose. It smells of baking spices and potpourri, muted by the smell of old wood floors and antiques and pine burning in a fireplace. The aroma makes you feel instantly cozy, and you feel your heart rate instantly lowers as you enter and are greeted by the proprietor. She has placid, icy blue eyes that strike you as trustworthy and deep, as she instantly peers into your own eyes and gives a warm smile. You feel that she is able to see something prescient, and she takes both of your hands into her tiny, delicate, and wrinkled fingers. They are electrifying, and once again you hear your inner voice telling you to trust her. Welcome to my humble establishment. I have been waiting for you. You have known all along what you feel, what you see, what you understand about life when you are still. It is all true. And just coming to Lilydale lets me know that you are seeking truth. And may your dreams guide you to this truth and visions tonight. And what a special treat. We are in for some Thundersnow. You smile and thank her for her kind words as she grabs a skeleton key with a purple fringe tassel keychain and guides you on a tour. She brings you through the greenhouse first, which is just across the foyer and attached to the back of the house. Orchids and roses and lavender and eucalyptus are in bloom, creating an intoxicating elixir in the air. Atop a jewel-toned mosaic table of ceramic are tiny glass vials, and she hands you one that she says will help you to dream and sleep. You grasp the petite vial in your hand and thank her, as she then leads you back into the main part of the house and a large dining room with lace curtains on the windows and an antique table that is set for fine dining. A fire roars in the fireplace in the corner of the room, creating shadows upon the walls as it begins to snow heavily outside the bay windows. You note you are quite tired, and with understanding she leads you to the stairway, where you run your hand upon the well-worn and smooth banister made of solid oak. Above the stairwell are stained glass skylight windows in shades of turquoise and seafoam green and sapphire and cerulean blue in the pattern of a mermaid's tail. Snow and some sleet patter upon them and begin to melt as streams run down in delicate lines, while thunder rolls in the distance and echoes upon the lake. You ascend the stairs and turn right, walking upon a cream-colored plush carpet that sinks like memory foam beneath you. You feel so relaxed and at ease. You feel as if you are home. She brings you to your room and hands you the key before gently squeezing your arm and meeting your eyes in this kind and nurturing gaze. You feel tended to and cared for, arousing feelings of being a child and sheltered from a storm. The interior of the room is dimly lit by an antique Tiffany lamp that creates a colorful pattern upon the walls and plush bed, like a kaleidoscope of your favorite hues. It matches the colorful stained glass of the bedroom window, and you feel so tired, so at ease, and so enchanted by the kinetic energy that is encapsulated in this special hamlet called Lilydale. flannel pajamas are hung on a satin hanger that dangles from a hook on the back of the door. You place the special vial of the sleep tonic on the bed before you go over and read a small tag attached to these pajamas. And it reads your name in calligraphy. You remove your shoes and clothing and exchange them for the ultra-soft pajamas, feeling so comfortable, so ready to snuggle into the plush velvet comforter on the bed. The steam pipe radiator, old-fashioned and even older than you are, begins to clank and moan and hiss. It's comforting and takes you back to an earlier time. You get into the bed and grab the vial of the sleep tonic, pulling the crisp cotton sheets back and going beneath them and the deep burgundy velvet comforter. Your head nestles into the down pillows as you pull the covers directly below your chin. You open the vial and dab droplets of the oil on your temples and your collarbone, feeling a soothing and minty sensation. It's a soporific experience for you as the snow continues to fall outside, and memories are conjured of your first snowball and riding down a hill on a sleigh. These series of firsts that when remembered feel as clean and new as the fresh layer of snow that is falling outside. You inhale deeply and yawn, closing your eyes and sinking down, down, down. This home has a personality, and it reflects that of the kind proprietor who welcomed you. You just know this night will give you a series of dreams that will impact you for years to come. As the magical Thundersnow continues to illuminate the night, with thunder rolling in the distance, as the wind howls outside the window, you feel as safe and cozy as the hundreds of years of those inhabiting this house before you have felt. You feel gratitude, like a tingling wave of warmth across your body. You are exactly where you need to be. You are right where you belong, right now. And you may let go of this moment, letting the deep stillness within guide you down, 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 down to the steps of a bridge that wait for you, just like the steps leading to the Inspiration Stump. These lead you to the bridge of inspiration that connects you to your dreaming life, where you are safe to reconcile all your desires, safe to let the imaginative part of your mind take hold and guide you to a place for healing, for manifesting, and for embracing the uniqueness of your own spirit. And I am going to count you down as you walk upon this bridge, letting go of my voice, letting go of your waking life, drifting towards sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding peace, finding stillness, finding bliss, finding sleep. It's time to dream away. Good night.